continue.
Sorry. Again, I repeat the backgrounds of the study. The first one, phenomena gaps. Most of our Chinese people who live in towns prefer to use national language than local one. Consequently, they often misuse national language and regional language. The second, Indonesian language had ever been forbidden to speak in Aceh during the conflict era. And then the third one, Achenese song sung by Berge with Indonesian, English, and Arabic code switching in the lyrics were the first very popular songs in Aceh in the post-conflict. And then the second one, yes, theoretical gaps. In conversation on metaphorical switching, the switch take place because of the social relationship between the speakers. Gamper cites examples of the metaphor code switching from three sets of languages: Hindi and English, Slovenian and German, and Spanish and English, to show how speakers employ particular languages to convey information that goes beyond their actual words, especially to define social situation. The next, in song lyrics, singers are often motivated by the development of media and the internet that provides exceptional prospects for people all over the world to be exposed to music from different cultures. Therefore, singers who look for success in the popular music industry use code switching as a stylistic innovation and their songs lyric. And then the third one, code switching in songs permit the singers to share their culture artistically. And then the third, a research gap. Chartney, 2006, from University of Colorado, conducted his literary research under the title Code Switching in Social Cultural Linguistics. At the end, he defined code switching as a practice of parties in discourse to signal changes in context by using alternate grammatical system or subsystem or codes. And then the second one, Ahmad Mustamir Waris, 2012, made a research under the title Code Switching and Mixing, Communication in Learning Language. The finding of the research inform us that teacher must mix code switching in the class to make meaning clear and to transfer the knowledge to students in an efficient way. And then the third, Maria Ulfa et al., 2018, made a research with the title The Shift of a Chinese Language, a Sociolinguistic Study to Preserve Regional Languages. The result of the research showed that the domains of education and friendship had the largest number of shifters. Meanwhile, the family domain had the least shift. Those domains of shifting occurred due to the environmental, habitual usage, and language choice factors. And then the problems of the study. In this research, the writer has three research questions. That the first, what type of code switching can be found in a Chinese song sung by Berge in the post-conflict era? And then the second one, why did a Chinese song sung by Berge containing code switching in the lyric become very well known in the post-conflict era? And then the third, What is the rule of code switching used in Acehnes song sung by Barge in the post-conflict era? And then chapter 2, this is related to a review of literature. Type of code switching proposed by Poplak 1980, that there are 3 types. The first one, text switching. Text switching, it is related to text switching, includes interjunction, fillers, and idiomatic expressions. And then the second one, intrasentential. This is related to code switching that occurs within the same sentence and can involve different units from a single morphemes to a clause. And then the last one, intersentential. This is the code switching involved from one language to another between sentences. Okay, the next is conceptual framework. This conceptual framework, of course, related to code switching. And in this case, I have divided the patterns of the conceptual framework related to answer the questions of the research. That the first one, it is type of code switching, in which in this case, the theory used as the framework of this research is from Poplak's 1980. And from Poplak, there are 3 types of code switching. That's called text switching, intersentential, and intrasentential. And then to answer the second questions of the research, I use code switching from Hoffman 2014, in which Hoffman has urged that there are contextual factors, linguistic factors, musical factors, cultural factors, and audium factors that is related to answer the reason why code switching happens. And then the third one, it is related to the third questions of the research. It is about the rules of code switching. That in this case, the rule of code switching has been proposed by some expert that I have found during conducting my research. That the first here related to social identity construction, and then discourse management, and then pragmatic and interactional, and then contextualization, cultural expression, localization, and the last one is globalization. This points of views has been proposed by the earlier researcher related to the functions of the rule of code switching. And then the research method. That this research is designed under qualitative method. The data source of the research, there are 2 kinds of the data source. That the first one is all the lyric containing code switchings of 10 selected brigade song. And then the second one, that the data source come from the Acehnes composers of brigade songs. That's the first. And then the second one, head of Acehnes Traditional Council of Luxmaui City. In determining the lyrics that used to be the data source of this research, purposive sampling from Crashwell 2019 was used. And then techniques of data collection. The first step is identifying all lyric containing code switching from the 10 lyrics selected. And then the second one, listing all code switching lyrics from the 10 songs. And then the third one, interviewing informant. That's the way how the researcher try to collect the data. And then the data analysis by using the technique from Miles and Huberman and Saldana 2014, in which it is consists of data collection, data display, and data verification or data conclusion. And then we come to research result. Text switching is not found in the 10 chosen songs. Thus, this creates a gap within the literature. However, Berge songs makes extensive use of intersentential code switching, which involve language modification at sentence boundaries. The study offers examples from various songs to demonstrate how Berge effectively combines Indonesian and Achinese inside phrases or clauses, adding to the authenticity and depth of his lyric. And then this is the table of the 10 selected song in which it illustrates how code switching based on the types found in the 10 selected songs. From the first song Bohate Satu, the second Tan Moho, and then the third Gitu Gitu, and then Cinta Kamari, and then Dikit Dikit Satu, and then Yang Penting Happy, and then Cinta Double, Bohate Dua, Curih Curih, and the last one Goyang Lagi. This percentage, from this percentage, we can see that the first one related to the task switching, so we don't have any. And then the next one, it is related to intersentential. And the third one related to intrasentential. And then the last, others. And the next result related to Brigade songs that's become popular for their distinctiveness, entertainment, and therapeutic potential. The use of code switching made his music more accessible and entertaining. Musically, the use of code switching and inclusive songwriting style enhanced the appeal of the songs. Culturally, the integration of Achinese local wisdom created an emotional connection with listeners. Furthermore, the composer's ability to compose inclusive, emotionally captivating music created a sense of community among listeners. Therefore, Hoffman code switching hypothesis explain why Brigade songs become popular. And the next finding about the rule of code switching in Brigade songs are consistent with several theoretical frameworks from Gamper's 1982. Construct social identity, manage power dynamic, and organize discourse. Ours, 1998, pragmatic interactional function and contextualization. Leeway, 2002, cultural expression, and Bentahila and Davis, 2002. globalization and localization. And then we come to the points of novelty of the research. After analyzing all the data, the researcher found two big novelty of the research, in which the first one is related to certain instance of code switching in the selecting song lyric identified a big diverge from Pollack's theoretical framework, in which, in this case, the writer found 3 points. The first one, phonemic fusion, Indonesian's dominates. It means that the code switching fonts by the researcher, in which in the code switching, there is dominations of Indonesian. The most prevalent patterns in the data set is appearing in 8 instances. This indicates a significant trend of combining Indonesian phonemes. Example, kalau dikit-dikit, adik kahai abang. That becomes phonemic fusion Indonesian dominant in this case. In this example is kalau dikit-dikit. And then the second point related to phonemic fusion English. What the researcher mean here that it's come from the English word. Phonemic fusions involving English appears twice, showing some influence of English phonetics in the data set, although it is less common than Indonesian. Example, penting, tanyo, happy. That's become the phonemic fusion English here is the word happy. And then the last point of this one, of number 1, repetition in phonemic fusion. Indonesia. What the researcher mean here is the repetitions by using Indonesian word. There is a specific repetitions pattern observed with the phrase dikit-dikit, which appear multiple times, such as in dikit-dikit, dikit-dikit. It comes in a repetition form. And then the second novelty of the dissertation, it is related to the rule of code switching. This study made a significant contributions to the field of linguistic phenomena by identifying a new rule of code switching, that is nationalization. And the last one, conclusions. Text switching wasn't identified. However, there is substantial use of intersentential and intrasentential code switching among Indonesian and English and Arabic. And then the second one, Bergesong become popular or in line with Hoffman's theories. Context, language, music, cultures, and audience reasons. And then the third, this study concentrates on the post-conflict era in Aceh, contributes to the understanding of code switching by identifying a new rule, nationalization. Okay, thank you for the time, Prof. That is my presentation.
Right, can you take out your display, your PowerPoint display, AFIFUDDIN?